Kiuchi Brewery White.
Life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Well, this really is a strange one. This is a Belgian Wit brewed by a Japanese brewery. Now, I don't even know whether I've got the name right on this. I tried Googling some Japanese earlier. Fucking hell. You're not going to get any pronunciations correct from me. This is a genuine Japanese beer. It has been imported from Japan. So, this will definitely be a first for me. Yeah, Japan seems to have sort of embraced beer and beer brewing and really got to grips with it. Now, this brewery's got a really interesting history. They've been going since 1823. Now, that is quite a long time, but they weren't brewing beer. They were brewing sake. Sake, of course, is Japanese spirit rice wine. And I've only had it once, and that was in the 80s, and fucking hell. It was lethal, and I drank quite a bit of it, threw up everywhere, and thought I was going to die. So me and sake don't get along. I haven't tried it since, never been in a situation where I've had to try it, and I have absolutely no intention of trying it whatsoever. But this is what they were renowned for. Now, 1823, by Japanese standards, is really young, because some of the companies in Japan are the oldest in the world, and they go back to 500 AD. Usually building companies and stuff like that. It's amazing. I mean, it really is. And where Japan has been so insular all through the years, the culture and the traditions have just survived. It's amazing what they're doing. But they seem to be now taking on, Western culture, much to the chagrin of the older Japanese population who preferred it the way it was. But if they're going to be brewing beer, then that's going to intrigue me. They've been brewing craft beer since 1996. So in relative terms, they're quite young to beer brewing. Never heard anything about them, never watched a beer review by them. I saw this on, I think it was Noble Green, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to try a Japanese beer. But it turns out it's a Belgian Wit. So they're brewing, and I looked on the website, they're brewing lagers, they're brewing stouts, they're brewing IPAs, and of course Belgian Wit. So it's not traditional Japanese beer. But they do a traditional Japanese ale that's brewed in, I think it's called shoku, which is like a Japanese spirit. It's like whiskey, something like that. I don't know how that's brewed, I'm not even going to go into that. But they mature it in barrels that had that aging in them as well, so that's quite interesting. I may get some more of this if this is a good one. So let's find out. Right, this is a genuine product of Japan. It says so on the side. On the back of it, it says this is imported Japanese beer, UK importer James Clay. Interesting. Brewed and bottled by the Kiuchi Brewery. They come from a place called Naka in Japan. And this is a Wit beer brewed with coriander, orange peel and nutmeg. A refreshing beer with spicy notes, a soft flavour and mild acidity, produced by wheat malt. Yeah, and the ingredients are water, malted wheat barley, hops, yeast, coriander, nutmeg, orange peel, orange juice, and that's it. Interesting. It's 5.5% in the volume, and it's 11.2 fluid ounces. Now, what the fuck that translates to in millilitres, I have absolutely no idea. There's a lot of Japanese writing on there. I have absolutely no idea what it means or what it says. I'm not even going to attempt to do that. Let's just get it open. Right. I don't even know what the Japanese word for cheers is. Right, cap is off. That is what the cap looks like. It's an owl. Very Japanese looking owl. Put that in the collection because I don't think I'm going to be getting much more Japanese beer. Now remember, this is a Belgian Wit, according to them. So, what is it? And do you know what? That doesn't smell bad at all. Very spicy. Coriander, pepper. Slight orange, yeah. I'm getting that zesty, bitter orange. But it smells just like the real thing. Now, I haven't got a Wit beer glass at the moment. I was going to put it in tulip glass. I'm just going to try it out of this. It should be reasonably good out of there. There's a ton of carbonation, I'll give you that. I wonder if they've left any sediment in the bottom. And it looked like they had. There it is in the glass. It is a lovely, cloudy, orangey colour. One finger white, foamy head. Lots and lots of carbonation. Can you see that carbonation in there? What are we getting on the nose? More of the same. Pepper, nutmeg, coriander too. Yeah, I must admit, this does smell interesting. Let's get it down the hatch. I don't know what the Japanese word for cheers is, so I'm just going to say cheers. Wow. That is very, very complex for a wheat beer. Orange. There is a ton of orange in there. And they said they put orange juice and orange peel in it. That is what I'm getting. Very succulent orange, juicy orange, if you know what I mean. That is the predominant flavour in this, and it just really comes out in the aftertaste as well. There is a little touch of spice on the top. There is the coriander, I can just about get that, but this is all about the orange. Orange and spice. Black pepper, oh sorry, white pepper. White pepper, orange juice, coriander. They're the three biggest flavours on it. And do you know what? The mouthfeel on this is absolutely amazing. It looked really, really carbonated when I poured it out, but that has really settled down now. It's not abrasive at all. It's just right, it's perfect. I think the orange is a bit too dominant in this to be what I would consider a true, genuine Belgian Wit. But I'll tell you something, this is not a bad effort. I mean, they do make a big thing about it, saying it's flavoured with orange juice and orange peel. That really does come through in here, but not where you get it in an IPA. The spice on top of this just says, no, we're not American, this is Belgian. And it does. And that orange just lingers and lingers. And you get in that, and you get in a mix of the white pepper and the coriander. And it is not, I'll tell you something, it is not a bad effort. And it is, in my opinion, Belgian, but they've put their own stamp on it with the orange. And they've got the orange spot on. If this came out of a Belgian monastery, I would say this is quite nice. This is supremely drinkable for a Wit beer. It's really good. Yeah, I have no complaints about that whatsoever. And do you know something? This is not a bad effort. It really isn't. You know, if a craft brewer had have done this over here in the UK, I'd say, yeah, not bad. A touch heavy on the orange, but all in all, it is pretty good. And of course, if you drink Hoegaarden, you get orange peel in that as well. I don't think that the Hoegaarden is as orangey as this, but this just, I don't know, it's just they put their own unique stamp on it, and they've come up with a winner, in my opinion. Lovely mouthfeel, big fruit, orangey fruit. But just on top of that, you think you're going, you know, you're going full orange, and then the spice kicks in, and it just says, no, this is Belgian. This is going to be spicy with the coriander and the white pepper. That is a really good effort. I like that. So what's the verdict? Well, if you can call Asahi beer or Kirin beer Japanese, I'm sure that's all brewed over here. If you can call that Japanese, then maybe I have drunk Japanese beer before, but this is the truly the first Japanese beer brewed in Japan that I've drunk. And I'll tell you something, I wouldn't have believed that a Japanese brewery could do such a good turnout on a Belgian Wit beer. And I've tasted Wit beers from Belgium that have tasted worse than that. That is not a bad effort at all. I am very impressed with that. I am going to give that an 8.5 out of 10. I think to be a true Belgian Wit, you have to tone down the orange a little bit. But do you know what? On its own merits, regardless of style, that is a good beer. I like that. Leaves a very dry finish in the mouth, I will say that. And that's probably due to the spice, the yeasty esters that produce the white pepper and the coriander type. Well, they've actually flavoured that with coriander as well, so you definitely get that in there. It's lovely. It's really good. Oh yeah, that's well worth an 8.5 out of 10. I'll definitely recommend that if you're going to try a Belgian Wit from Japan. I recommend you try this one. But no, this is as good as some of the stuff coming out of Belgium. Not all. I mean, there's better Belgian Wits out there, but I've tasted worse that's come out of Belgium. I will say that. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. And I'll tell you something, the Kiuchi Brewery are going to get some more of my business, because if they can get the lagers and stuff over here, I'll definitely give them a go. They do IPAs and stouts as well, and they do that. They do a traditional Japanese ale that's brewed in. It's brewed in a Western style, but it's matured in is it shochu? That Japanese spirit. They mature it in their barrels. I'll be really intrigued to see what that tastes like. So yeah, stay tuned. You may well be getting some more from this lot. And remember, beer is working class champagne.